Welcome to English Grammar 1, Unit 17. Have got and have. Both have got and have are used as verbs of possession. They are used for possession. They are used as well to express relationships and to express illnesses. You can use have got or have without got. Either you use have got or have alone. There is no difference in meaning. They express the same meaning. They express possession. They express relationships. They express illnesses as well, as in the following examples. They have got a new car. We can say they have got a new car, and here have is used as an auxiliary verb and got is past participle. So the form have got. They have got a new car. They means they own a new car. We can say as well they have a new car, and here have is used as a main verb, means possess. They possess a new car or they own a new car. In the second example, Lisa has got two brothers, and here has is used because Lisa is singular, so we say has got, and has got, has here is the auxiliary verb, and the form is has is derived from have because we have the subject here. Lisa is singular, so we use has, and the past participle got. So we say Lisa has got two brothers, or we can say Lisa has two brothers, and here has is used as a main verb, and because Lisa is singular we use has, not have. In the next example, I have got a headache. I have got a headache. Here we use have plus past participle to express or to say that we have a headache, to express illnesses. Or I have a headache, we use have only as a main verb, and it is followed by the illness. We say I have a headache. So if we look at the three examples here in the comparison, we find out that have got equals have in meaning. It expresses possession, as in the first example. They have got a new car. They have a new car. Or expresses relationship, as in the second example. Lisa has got two brothers, or Lisa has two brothers. Or expresses illnesses, as in the third example. I have got a headache, or I have a headache. In the fourth example, our house has got a small garden. Here possession. Our house has a small garden. Our house, singular, we can say it. We can use a pronoun it in the place of our house. So as it is singular, so we use has. So we say our house has got, has plus past participle, a small garden, or our house has a small garden. Here has is a main verb, and it is used alone, and because our house is singular, so we use has, not have. In the next example, he has got a few problems. Here possession, he has got few problems, so we use has plus past participle because he is singular, or we can say he has a few problems. So has here equals has got, or have equals have got. So to conclude, we can say that we can use have got or have to express possession, relationships, and illnesses. With these meanings, the meaning of possession, you cannot use continuous. We cannot use continuous forms because have is considered as a stative verb. So since have or has is a stative verb, so we can't use it in the present continuous. It must be used in the present simple. So we don't say they are having a new car. No, we say they have a new car because have is a stative verb. So we can say here, we are enjoying our holiday. We have got or we have a nice room in the hotel. We have got or we have a nice room in the hotel. We don't say we are having a nice room in the hotel. We say we have got or we have a nice room in the hotel because have is considered as a stative verb, so it must be used in the present simple, not in the present continuous, as we have already studied before. For the past, we use had. So when we speak about a past possession, we don't use have plus got or the past of have plus got. We don't use had got. We just opt for or we just use the past of have, and the past of have is had. So we use had only to express a past possession. So we say Lisa had long hair when she was a child. If you look at the part when she was a child means in the past. So we say Lisa had. We don't say Lisa have got or have long hair because it is in the past, and the case of past here is used in one part only. We consider it as we use have, and the past of have is had. We don't use the have got for possession in the past, so we can never say Lisa had got. We say Lisa had long hair when she was a child. B. In questions and negative sentences, there are three possible forms. So the forms here can be like this: have plus got or have alone. So we say in the question, to form a question, if the verb is have plus got, the past participle, so we forward have before the subject. So the question becomes like this: have you got any questions? A question mark. If we speak about have as a main verb, so we must use do to form the question. So we use do in the beginning before the subject, so it becomes like this: do you have any questions? This is to form question. In a less usual form or in a form that is not commonly used, it is somewhat odd. We say have you questions. We use have the main verb as an auxiliary verb and bring it forward, and this is not used mostly. It is less usual, so don't use it. If the subject is singular, then we use has. Then it becomes she has got a car, and to form a question we forward has. then and bring it before the subject, so it becomes like this: has she got a car? Question mark. And if the verb is singular here, if the subject is singular and the verb is has, and has only without got, as has is a main verb, so it becomes she has a car. When we have has as a main verb, so we must use does not do, so we bring does forward, so it becomes does she, and we return the verb back, and the verb goes back. Has goes back to its original verb, to its bare verb, to its base form, so it becomes have. So the form becomes like this: does she have a car? A question mark. As well, if has is a main verb, so we can bring it forward and it becomes has she a car, but this is less usual. This kind of form is less usual. It is not commonly used, so don't use it. It is better to use the previous two forms. Either you bring have forward and got remains after the subject, or you use do or does, but don't use have or has, which are main verbs, and bring them forward. This is less usual form, and it is odd. It is not used. On the other side, if we think of negative form, if we speak of have got, then we add not with have, the auxiliary verb. So it becomes like this: I haven't got any questions. If we have as a main verb, we say I have many questions. To make it negative, we use do, and along with do we use not, so it becomes like this: I don't have any questions. On the third form, which is less usual, when we say I have many questions and have is the main verb, we use not with the main verb, and this is less usual, and this is not commonly used, so please don't use it. So you say I haven't any questions, and this is less usual. This is not commonly used, so please don't use it. On the other hand, when the subject is singular, so we use has. Then if we speak about has, it becomes has got. It becomes has got. So we say she has got a car, and to make it negative, we add not to has, the auxiliary verb has. So it becomes like this: she hasn't got a car. The second example, if we think of has as a main verb, so the sentence becomes like this: she has a car, and to make it negative, we use does and plus not, and the verb goes back to its original form, have. So it becomes like this: she doesn't have a car. And the third form, which is less usual, when has is the main verb, she has a car. To make it negative, we use not with has, the main verb, and this is less usual, and please don't use it. So you can say she hasn't a car, and this is less commonly used. Yes, it is not commonly used and less usual, so please don't use this form. In past questions and negative sentences, we use did and didn't. We use did and didn't. And to form a past question, so if we think of the past of have, then it becomes had. And to form a question for a past position, then we use did, because did is the auxiliary verb for the past form. So we use did, because had is a main verb, so we use did. So and the verb had goes back to its original form, have, to its base form, have. So we say, did you have a car when you were living in London? When you were living in London, look at where here. Where indicates the past. So the question must be in the past. So the past of had, in the form of a question we use did, and had goes back to its original form, have. So it becomes like this. Did you have a car when you were living in London? Number two, the second statement, I didn't have a watch. I didn't have a watch, so I didn't know the time. I didn't know the time indicates that the statement is in the past. So we use did to make negative, and had goes back to its original form have, to its base form have. So it becomes like this. I didn't, and we want to form negative, so we use not with did. So it becomes I didn't have a watch, so I didn't know the time. The third example, Lisa had long hair. This is a kind of tag question. So had hair is a main verb and in the past, so we use did, and it must be opposite. It must be in the negative form because had is in the positive. So we say didn't she? So it becomes like this. Lisa had long hair, didn't she? C. Have a breakfast, have a bath, have a good time. Here, if you look at have, you will find have is followed, the verb have is followed by noun. Breakfast, bath, a good time. So we can use have before certain nouns. We also use have, but not have got. Here in this case, we use have and we don't use have got for many actions and experiences. As well, we can use have before actions or nouns derived from verbs. For example, we say have a breakfast, have dinner, have a cup of tea, have something to eat, and here have a bath, have a shower, have a swim, have a break, have a rest, have a party, have a holiday, have an accident, have an experience, have a dream. If we look to swim, for example, or shower can be used as a verb directly. Swim can be used as a verb directly, but here dream can be used as a verb directly, but here they are changed into nouns and preceded by the verb have. Look as well can be used as a verb, but here we say have a look. If we want to use have before look, the verb look changes into a noun, so it becomes have a look. Chat is a verb and can be used directly. Chat as a verb, but here it is used as a noun. When we change it into a noun, we use have before it, so it becomes have a chat. As well, conversation, it becomes have a conversation, have a discussion. We can say discuss directly as a verb, but here we use it as a noun, so we precede it by the verb have, so it becomes have a discussion. Difficulty is a noun, can be preceded by have, so you can say I have difficulty, I have trouble, I have fun, I have a good time. All are nouns preceded by have. have a baby means give birth to a baby. Means give birth to a baby. So all the words in this box or table can be preceded by the verb have. But if we say have got is not possible in the expressions in the box. We can't replace have in the box with have got. We can say have got breakfast. No. It is incorrect. We must use have only. We don't use have got with the expressions in the timetable above. Compare. If we make a comparison, it will be clear. Here, sometimes I have a sandwich for my lunch. Means sometimes I eat a sandwich for my lunch or at my lunch. So we can't say I have got a sandwich because have got doesn't mean eat. So it can't be used in such a sentence. But I may say I have got some sandwiches with me, or I have some sandwiches with me, means I possess some sandwiches. So we can replace have by have got, and here I can invite others for them. So I can say would you like one, means I invite someone to have sandwiches from me, which I have in my hands or in my bag. You can use continuous forms am having with the expressions in the box. The expressions in the box here, in the box above, are considered as action things, action verbs. So have becomes like an action verb here. So when it is, if we say look, we can say I am looking, I am chatting, but I can say I am having a look, I am having a chat, because it must be in the same sense, action situations. So when they are action situations, so have is used in the continuous if the sentence or the situation needs continuous. So with the expressions in the box, we can say we are enjoying our holiday, we are having a great time. We are having a great times means we are enjoying. Enjoy is not a stative verb, it is an action verb. We don't say we have. Mike is having a shower at the moment. He has a shower every day. In the first part of the sentence, he is having a shower, we can say Mike is showering at the moment. But here, shower here is a noun and we use have, so have becomes a continuous. So the situation is continuous, and the showering is an action verb. You do actions when you use soap and you put water in your body. Then we say okay, here are some actions going on. So it can be in the continuous if the situation expresses continuous state. So we say Mike is having a shower at the moment. We have here at the moment means continuous in the middle of the action. So we use it in the present continuous. But on the other part, he has a shower every day. We have every day. So every day indicates that it is a habit. It must be in the present simple. The present simple of have is has with the singular subject he. In questions and negative sentences, we use do, does, and did. We have already mentioned this above. To form a question, I don't usually have a big breakfast. Have a breakfast here is an action verb. So, and if it is a habit used with the adverb of frequency usually, then it must be in the present simple. So to make it negative in the present simple, we use do because the subject is I. So we say, I don't usually have a big breakfast. So we use do to make the negative. We don't use not with have, because have here is considered as a main verb. What time does Jenny have lunch? We speak about a habit, means what time does Jenny usually have lunch? This is a habit, so we use it in the present simple. And to form a question, Jenny is singular, we use does in the question, so we use does, and the verb has it changes into its basic form or base form, have. So the question becomes like this: what time does Jenny have lunch? The third example is in the past. Did you have difficulty finding a place to live? We speak about an action already done before, so it is in the past. So we use the question, and if we imagine that the sentence, I had difficulty, and to form the question, we say did. We use did because had is in the past, so we use did. So it becomes, and this is yes or no question. We use did, and I changed into you because I don't ask myself, I ask another body. So it becomes did you, and had goes back to its basic form because we used did in the sentence. So had goes back into the base form, which is have. So it becomes like this. Did you have difficulty finding a place to live? Question mark. That's all. Thank you.